All right, what's up? So I want to show you an example of perfect pacing for a 5K from one of my clients. And this is in the coaching calendar, but you can see right here, I broke this down into, and I often break races down into three parts: first third, middle third, last third. And this was a little bit of a tricky course because where's the elevation? It was downhill on the first half and then uphill on the second half. And also, it was very cold. Like, I think it was I single digits Fahrenheit, maybe. I don't think it was below zero, but it was darn cold. I ran here at this location the morning of the race, and the bike path was clear-ish, no ice, but there was a little bit of snow on it. And I told him first mile, very easy. Let a bunch of people go off ahead. Second mile, speed up a bit, but still be holding back. Third mile, uphill mile, reach into that suitcase of courage, pull out a can of whoop ass and drop the hammer. And so you can see here that with his pacing was pretty even. His heart rate, gradual increase. I like to say that a, a race that you even or negative split should be a fairly even, maybe an increasing pace with an increasing level of perceived exertion and heart rate. So pretty flat pacing chart, as you can see here, with an ever increasing level of perceived exertion and heart rate. Now he has a Coros. I have mine too. It's charging, and that gives us power. And for races such as this, and I've done the opposite, where the first half is uphill and the second half is downhill, where you can use power as well. And the power is basically, it's kind of like a grade adjusted pace, but it's really helpful here. You can see he did a 10:45 minute per mile, a 10:17, and a 10:05. So he sped up. He did that first mile 40 seconds slower than that last mile. And then the last quarter mile was a 9:30. So he was really able to speed up. And the average power here as well, you can really see this is kind of like a grade. So it basically evens things out with the elevation. He did the first mile in 200 at a 230 watt average. So slowest pace, lowest wattage. Then 224, 230, 260. So he was able to speed up pace wise, but he was also to speed up, kind of grade adjusted pace wise, aka power, right there. And what this does, this is what my pacing looked like when almost negative split Boston, when the second half of a race is like this. It's the best way to enjoy an event. You'll run faster by running extremely conservatively for that first half. I mean, his average heart rate for the first mile was 137. His max was only 154. And then he was in the 160s for that last mile. And so conservatively, like if you're huffing and puffing 1 mile in, you are in trouble. I've done so many 5Ks, for example, where I'm with people half a mile or a mile in, and they are huffing and puffing. And I mean, we're only doing a 5K, and I finish minutes ahead of them because they overexerted early on. They didn't follow the 6Ps. Proper pacing prevents piss poor performance. They went out way too fast. They're probably running by perceived exertion, and they're just overdoing it. And they expire. They lose their stamina, and they finish. They did the first mile at a 9 minute mile. And they do the last mile at an 11 minute mile, and they probably think they had a really great first half when in fact they did it inappropriately. And this is the power of going into an event with a plan laid out for you, with somebody having some expectations of you and telling you, like, this is what you got to do, and this is how you're going to have an amazing event. And so he was able to run smart and finish strong. So if you have any questions on how to do this for yourself, drop them in the comments below and enjoy your next event.